since I blew, they all on my. Hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your long. Say I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my fit. Ex slick, then hit with the. Back then, used to out the zip. Blow out his back, then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these four things, pull out the VIP. Suck, turn up, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip.
Camara Drive-In. It's the coach, and this is the NFL on EA Sport.
Coach, some of those in the silver-haired community would say it's a great day for golf, and it is, don't get me wrong, but we say it's a great day for football, and the roof is wide open here in Glendale at State Farm Stadium. Today, it's an NFC West battle between the Los Angeles Rams and the Arizona Cardinals. It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. As we get a peek at their dynamic signal caller hailing from Mississippi State, it's Dak Prescott. Prescott on first down. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. To throw is Prescott. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Carl Nassib drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Fielded at the 20. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. The numbers for Sanders last week: 10 carries, 65 yards, and a touchdown as well.
He's been a huge part of their winning streak because he establishes not just an identity and a tone, but the team relies on him. He takes care of the football, he gains yardage for him, chews up clock, and that's been a big part of why they're winning games lately.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. The UCLA product, Kenny Young, had the tackle.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
11. 52's the mark, boy. 52. 65. I got you. 52. Oh, you got that?
Garoppolo now. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DM.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long?
We got three, fellas. We got three.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. He's going to fire one deep. Middle of the... Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. You think back to the Super Bowl against New England, the Rams never even got into the red zone in that game, and now here they are in the red zone on their opening drive with a 1st down. They'll run with Sanders, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Gerald McCoy is so slippery and elusive in the interior of the defense. I don't care who has the assignment to block him. It usually ends up having to take at least 2. And most of the time, that's not enough either. Witness that tackle for a loss.
Back to you. Hey, gun.
On 2nd and goal, Garoppolo looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. David Njoku. His 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. Here's Prescott. A short throw caught by Andrews. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jannard Avery racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. And this will be taken at the 13. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And out will come the offense as they take over. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought of...
And now look at him go. Touchdown, L.A. Miles Sanders, his second touchdown on the season. And the Rams strike quickly here for 6 points. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 21 carries, 93 yards.
They look like a team that really emphasized the running game in the offseason. They were going to build around it. Didn't matter if they're going to run gap scheme, power scheme, whatever. They've got a runner who finds yardage if you give him just a little bit of space.
And he will possibly get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. On the other hand, it will definitely take us to the end of the first quarter of play. On play action, Prescott. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Carl Nassib drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And it's taken in at the 9. It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
Here we go. 180. Tackle. I got you.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. Defensively, it was Avonte Maddox with a tackle.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. On the jet sweep, here's Grant. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable.
Here we go.
But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
0-0, Mike Crease. Hey, me and you won't get it.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. Got him in. He finds Sanders. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here we go. Like 20.
They'll run on first down. It's Sanders. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
21. Here we go.
It's a second down run with Sanders. The second down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
The Rams on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A good pickup, 17 yards, and also a Rams first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
The linebacker, Preston Brown, brings him down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, gun.
They go back to the ground. This time, Barber. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. It's caught by Sanders. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And Sanders has got it complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 19.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking first down.
11.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, Could be in for a long ball game. Following the interception, here's Prescott. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Carl Nassib able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They're going to try the jet sweep on 3rd and long. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on 4th down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 22. Might have needed just one more block as it stands. 37-yard return. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over.
Here we go. Black 80! He don't know no better. Watch the safety creep.
On 1st down, Sanders. That good for 22 and a 1st down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D Ford. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
After the sack on 1st down, Garoppolo. And this is caught at the 8. 23 yards the pickup there. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Jimmy Garoppolo with his 2nd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Rams tack on to their advantage.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff. Because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
So we've come to halftime. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started.
We play to win. Let's go.
Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo now to lead his offense back out there. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say we want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had to halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Mike 52, Mike 52. Tighten up, tighten up. Pull it together.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Garoppolo. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Grant. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
Here we go, here we go. 180! Hey, that QB's traps. Let's go. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. 11. 52. Hey, watch the slant. 21. Hey, Haywood. I got you.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this is Moncrief with a catch. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Garoppolo. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away. Throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Here we go. 180! Watch the screen! Go ahead.
And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4. No move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Garoppolo to throw for it on 4th. He finds Hopkins complete. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Garoppolo now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's first down. They'll run with Sanders. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now a carry for Sanders. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Here we go. Black 80! Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Rams tack on to their advantage.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
It's a gain of 6, moves them to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo now to lead his offense back out there. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the 3rd quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your court? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far.
Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50.
On 2nd and 7, Garoppolo. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. It's complete to Hopkins. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Delay of game, offense.
And that'll set him back 5.
Come on now, let's go.
Still 1st down.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Watch that, watch that, watch that. Rush in, rush in, rush in.
Now they toss out wide to Sanders. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180! Here I come! Here I come! Here I come! 12, fellas, here we go. Bravo! Hey, gun. Watch Mike. Coming to you. Mike,
throwing on 2nd and long. Garoppolo, he'll rifle this one deep. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, L.A. Touchdown pass number 4 of the afternoon for Jimmy Garoppolo as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
5 plays there on that drive. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points. You feel a little bit...
Oh, Prescott stripped. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And he'll be down at the 6-yard line.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. After the fumble recovery, it's Garoppolo. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd and goal. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. DeAndre Hopkins. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Rams use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no.
Under pressure, and they got to him again.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from him. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
Very good return that time. 18 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's getting off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you're doing across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here comes Sanders on the toss right. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Here we go. 180.
52's the mic. Watch the out. 5-2's the mic. Mike 5-2. Mike 5-2.
On 2nd and 15 now. Garoppolo. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. A Cardinal 1st down on a gain of 13. Prescott going to come up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Prescott to throw it. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Keelan Cole, the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Prescott yet again. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast, and a big sack. Now Prescott. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Well, there's your first ROI, right? Return on investment of their first-round pick. His first NFL sack. I know they want him to be an impact player right out of the gate.
A lot of pressure to put on a young man, but I think you agree he has the ability to deliver on it.
And he just did. Probably the first of many sacks in a long career.
We got this.
And the Rams now coming out on the field. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13. A first down throw for Prescott. And Diggs has it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 on that one, and the Cardinals have a first down. Prescott now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Prescott from the gun. It's complete to Diggs. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Looking to throw. Prescott. And the Rams got him. They bring him down.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
Another try after the first down sack. Prescott. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Johnny Hekker now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And that had far too much air under it. It's out of the back of the end zone, and the football will come out to the 20-yard line. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. It'll be down at the 14-yard line.
Let's go.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going
forward. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day on this.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. Prescott on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Keelan Cole, the intended target. That'll bring up second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw is Prescott. And now Prescott is going to be taken down. He couldn't get away, and that's a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
And what is going on here? Are they serious? First down, and they're in punt formation. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And they'll go ahead and down this one right on the chalk of the 20-yard line. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, up a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Los Angeles, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to